everyone, and welcome to the happiest hour on earth again. We are going to be talking about a really fun topic that I think a lot of people in the Disney community have thought about and wanted to discuss. We are going to be talking about the movies and or characters that need more representation in the parks. There's a whole bunch that we are just so sad that we can't actually experience and get to live out in a ride or a meet and greet. And so tonight we are going to be talking about all of those. So let's get started.
All right, so before we get started on tonight's topic, let's introduce the drink that we have. This is all we made tonight. There's no snack this time around.
So we were going to make a snack.
Yeah.
And both stores I went to did not have
a crucial item that we needed to make the snack. So we're going to make it next week.
Oh, it's going to be
tight because it's going to be a fun one. I was very excited to make it
go-to party snack for go-to party snack for the Super Bowl, go-to party snack for any event you have.
We'll probably be making it again.
It's going to be awesome.
So we're not going to spoil it yet, but check back next week for that.
It's going to be awesome.
For tonight, we made a non-alcoholic drink, I think for the first time ever. This is the Schweitzer Falls. It is from Trader Sam's. We just decided that it being January, many people are celebrating dry January and kind of holding back on the alcohol a little bit. So we are, I would say, Chris heard a funny term today and I feel like it makes sense for us. Yeah. We're doing damp January. So we're trying to pull back a little bit. But we're still indulging here and there. So either way, we just thought that it would be a fun time to bring a mocktail into the show because we had not done that yet. So this is a fun tropical drink. We made a nice little thing on top. I don't know what.
Well, garnish.
Yeah, garnish. That's what it's called.
Or a thing. They should just call it a thing.
Garnish sounds much more professional.
Thing on your...
So it was a fun one to make. Lots of fun tropical juices. So we're excited to give this a shot.
Should we do it? Cheers.
Ooh, that's so good.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So good.
I love that the almond flavor of the Orgeat, I think it's called. That really brings a little bit more of like a smoothness to it. It's like it's very sweet for sure, but that syrup just kind of
mellows it out a little bit.
Yeah. But
this is a really good one. I think
and it would be really good with a little bit of rum.
Yeah, it would. So definitely would.
The hard Schweitzer Falls.
Yeah, exactly. So Schweitzer Falls, for anyone who doesn't know, is the backside of water. So it's the falls that you see in Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
When you
Named after Albert Falls.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a very tasty mocktail. If I recall, the last time before our last time we were there was when I was pregnant, and we did go to Trader Sam's, and I believe I got this because obviously I couldn't drink.
Yeah, you believe. Were you your memory a little hazy?
I just can't remember if this was the mocktail or if it was a different one.
Yeah,
it was definitely a non-alcoholic drink of some sort.
This is I love that even the bars of Disneyland will offer really cool mocktails so that people who don't drink alcohol can still
or who are pregnant
can still just kind of have a really cool craft drink that they can enjoy.
Something
and this,
tasty to sip on.
I would grab this.
So you can feel like you're a part of the group, even if you're not drinking alcohol.
That is incredible. That is really good.
And
Emily made this one. I've been making a lot of the cocktails recently. She's going to be making the snack next week. Yeah. Because you're going to kill it. It's going to be amazing. But you made this, and I have to say, this is perfect.
It is pretty good. I'm impressed with my ability to make a mocktail.
Oh, for sure. So without further ado, should we jump in here?
Let's do this.
Okay, do you want to start or should I start?
You go for it.
Okay, I'll start.
Start us out.
So, one movie that I think really needs a lot more representation in the parks, and there is a little bit within Disneyland and Disney World. This was one of the best films of the Renaissance era. Is going to be Beauty and the Beast. Now, we do have some representation. We have a restaurant. Well, we have a grand restaurant in Disney World that Be Our Guest. Then we have a smaller restaurant, the Red Rose Tavern in Disneyland.
That's true.
And there is a ride in Tokyo. And the ride looks really nice.
It's fun. Yeah.
It looks different than I was expecting. Like, there are some great animatronics, but really there's only 3 show sequences, and you are on a a trackless vehicle, and you're going around in that room, but there's a 1, 2, 3 kind of different rooms that you're in, and you're just kind of circling around that show scene. And I would love a dark ride, maybe even one that is a little bit faster in some areas, like you mentioned when we were talking about this, when you're in the woods and you're kind of
like being chased by wolves or something.
Yeah, and maybe at the part where Gaston and the town comes in, a little bit more of a thrill there, but still, a kid family friendly ride. But something that goes through the entire movie rather than just 3 scenes.
I feel like they definitely could have done a little bit more with that, because it is such a beautiful movie and so many great scenes that they could have incorporated.
Yeah.
But I guess I was a little surprised that it was so small.
And I think it's great for what it is, but I kind of want a more traditional dark ride, front to end story of Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
I agree. I think so too.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Aladdin. So we used to have some representation in Disneyland. In Adventureland, there was the Aladdin's Oasis, which wasn't the most exciting place in the world to hang out. Usually it looked pretty empty, if you recall. And there was also the Aladdin play, which
was so great.
R.I.P. Oof. That was my favorite way to just go relax on a hot day in California Adventure.
Yeah.
I loved that play. Even more than the Broadway of Aladdin, because we've seen both of those.
Yeah.
I think that the California Adventure one was better. Anyways, both of those things are gone now. They've gotten rid of both. Yeah. So there's 0 Aladdin representation in Disneyland.
Yeah.
In Magic Kingdom, there is a magic carpet ride, which is sad that is
it's
the
Dumbo.
Extent of it. It's literally Dumbo,
yeah.
But on a magic carpet. So sad that there's not more. Aladdin is such a classic, and it's so good and iconic, and there needs to be something. They could make such a fun ride, on a carpet, still a magic carpet ride, but way more thrilling. Going through the, why did I just blank on what it's called?
Cave of Wonders.
Cave of Wonders. And in the palace, and there's so many fun scenes that they can make a great ride out of.
Oh, it would be awesome. I know, just the fact that, I don't know, you could start with the escape from the Cave of Wonders, but then after that, you're just seeing the movie through the bird's eye view of the carpet, Yeah. That'd be cool. And you could do something similar to, and Flight of Passage is probably really expensive to build. And I don't know if they want to do this for an older ride, but something that style would be super
much
awesome.
Fun.
I mean, that'd be the prime example if money wasn't a problem and they just do whatever. Because I think people would love that.
Everyone think so too. Aladdin. Everyone loves Aladdin,
especially with they did the live action. So why not? Why not?
Exactly. They made it new again.
Yeah.
So, and is there not even a meet and greet with Aladdin anymore or Jasmine? Because it used to be in front of the Oasis.
I don't know where it's at in Disneyland. I think there's still one in Disney World. I think now I don't know where they are. Maybe just somewhere in Adventureland.
They might just be in Phantasmic. Well, they're not even doing Phantasmic. What am I talking about?
I think it's coming back. It's coming back this year.
That's right. It is.
Yeah, it is coming back this year.
Thank God. I'm so excited.
But there's no meet and greet, but there is a big show scene there now with Aladdin. But yeah, we definitely do need some more Aladdin in the park for sure.
We do.
I feel so third on our list, and I'm representing right now. I have my little button up here, Lion King.
Dude.
My gosh.
Come on. How is there not more?
In Disneyland, literally nothing. Now there is a kind of a stage show somewhere in California Adventure right by the water in the daytime.
Not enough.
Yeah. Before World of Color comes on, there's a new festival it was an old festival but they're bringing back for 2022, which is a little bit of Lion King representation, and I'm so glad that they're doing that. In Disney World, you get Festival of the Lion King, but I don't think you get much more than that. And Lion King, I think, is every millennial's favorite Disney movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
agree.
honestly, it was just our childhood. Every time I think about Disney
Completely.
childhood movies, I always think of Lion King.
Yeah.
So I always wanted this, and I don't know if they would ever change this or anything like, I mean, not change it, but do another ride like this. But, you know, you have Indiana Jones and you have the dinosaur ride, something that style where it's kind of a thrilling dark ride, you know, kind of on that track that has the hydraulics that move, of Lion King. So it's kind of a dark ride, but also definitely has that bumpy thrill to it.
That would be so perfect for Lion King. That would be such a fun take on that movie.
Yeah. So maybe Animal Kingdom or an Adventureland expansion, which is probably not possible.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever we're like,
they'd have to get rid of something in
or
order
armchair
to.
Imagineering. I feel like we're like, just expand this, and I'm like, oh, they probably.
But there's no way to do that. So,
but literally, to see more Lion King representation in the parks would be perfect because we have so little, and it's meant so much to all the millennials.
The songs,
and
the
more.
Characters, this whole storyline, like
especially now that
they're the best.
They did the live action, and they're doing the prequel to that live action. So.
Which I can't wait for.
That's gonna be awesome.
But yeah, it's like it's new
it's making money.
again.
It's doing good stuff.
And we definitely need some more Lion King. That is one of my all-time favorites from any decade.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from Lion King, our next on the list is Mulan. There is not much Mulan going on in the parks, which is really sad. Disneyland, aside from the meet and greet and Fantasy Fair, which I guess you can find pretty much any of the princesses there at one point or another, there's really nothing else. And she is such a legend. She deserves more.
She does.
She needs something else in Disneyland. Disney World, we were saying that it would be great if there could be some kind of a ride in Epcot, in the China Pavilion. So there is a Mulan meet and greet that you can do, which is really cool, but it still just doesn't quite feel like enough. Like she needs something else.
She does,
Don't know how much space there is in the China Pavilion to like take away or add to, but a ride in there would be so fun.
Yeah, and it reminds me of, I mean, yes, Frozen took over a pre-existing ride, but I really like the idea of them doing one ride in each pavilion that fits with that. Now we have Ratatouille in France.
Exactly.
And I know some people want to keep Epcot, you know, just kind of IP free, you know, just like free of any Disney properties and just kind of make it feel like you're there. But for the kids, you know, and for a lot of the adults, like I would love
including me,
a Mulan ride there. And I mean, there's so many more opportunities that they could do in Epcot, which we absolutely love. But the idea of bringing Frozen into Norway was really cool, and I think there should definitely be a Mulan ride or something in the China Pavilion.
Something.
I would love that.
I guess ride really is the only option because they do the meet and greet.
So
it would be
cool.
so fun. And you know, now that you mention like Epcot remaining like less Disney or whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird to me, but I get also that like in the pavilions it's kind of about the like
the history
and the food and drink and that stuff, and I could imagine that lines do kind of bog down those areas, and I could see some people being kind of like, oh, this used to be like such a easier experience.
But I don't know. I think they could do it tastefully, right? Like where if you don't want to go on a ride,
open, yeah,
if you don't want to go on the ride and you just want to experience the food and the drink, you could do that without getting interrupted.
Because with Frozen, it was really good, and I don't know how it was before Frozen was there when it was the other one, the other ride.
Yeah, it's the. I don't know. I remember your cousin used to love that.
Yeah, I remember that too. But either way, the line now is done really well, so it's all inside and it's not like, you know, creating any more crowd outside.
Exactly. So I think to just give people that opportunity to ride something amazing while still keeping the exterior a really authentic experience, I think that'd be really good. But Mulan ride, I think
we need some more
so
Mulan.
Great. It's such a good dark ride. But next up on our list is Tarzan. So We love Tarzan. We love the music.
Tarzan.
We love the movie. Brings all the feels. Yes, there's the Tarzan treehouse in Disneyland, which is amazing and so incredible.
Fun.
But we're thinking maybe this could be a good spot in Animal Kingdom.
New ride.
You know, like maybe a fast roller coaster, but still family friendly. So maybe like a
Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, Thunder Mountain or Seven Dwarfs
Seven
Mine
Dwarfs.
Train.
Mm-hmm.
Something that still has like show elements inside, but still brings a little bit of a thrill. So it makes you feel like you're gliding down those branches, just like he surfs down those branches, you know, but still has a little bit of a you know, that interior show scene feel. In I think with some Disney movies, you're like, oh, that was done so long ago, like who's gonna even care now? I think a lot of the ones that were, you know, in the Renaissance and I forgot if it's called post-Renaissance or something, but like in that 2000s range, some of them, very few in that era, because like there wasn't that many good ones. But I think Tarzan is almost has a Renaissance-y feel to it. But some of those ones are gonna be favorites for a while because we grew up with them, and then we're going to want to rewatch them with our kids. So that's also like that next generation that will love them too. So
yeah,
I think there's no harm in doing something like that.
I agree. I think so too. Yeah, like a lot of the younger kids nowadays may care less about a Tarzan ride or like, you know, Beauty and the Beast or a lot of these ones that we're talking about because they're just growing up on the newer stuff now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
I think our kids would.
Like as we have kids and our generation has kids, I think that they are going to grow up on a lot of those classics.
For sure.
But people our own age that are into all those ones still would be stoked to have some of those faves in the park.
For sure. It'd be so awesome.
So after Tarzan, the next one would be Lilo and Stitch, which I feel like I don't know exactly.
I guess I put that one in.
Yeah, this was Chris's pick. There's not really, I mean, character-wise, like everybody loves Stitch, I guess, and there's a lot of like, you know, merch with Stitch and stuff, which is cool. But Chris had mentioned that it would be fun to have something in like Typhoon Lagoon in Disney World that was kind of,
or Blizzard Beach, one of the water parks.
Exactly. The water parks should have some Lilo and Stitch stuff happening. I feel like that would be fun.
Yeah, just adding a little extra, you know, Disney flair to that area. But the next one we put down, and this will be changing soon. We both love Princess and the Frog so much, and we will be getting representation there at the cost of Splash, which is really sad. R.I.P. Splash. R.I.P.
It's very sad. We still don't know when it's happening.
Yeah, because Splash is closing I think it's already closed now. I think it's closed now.
Is it already?
But it's only closing for a couple of weeks and reopens again in February.
Refurb?
Regular refurb. So we're like, is Disney?
Are they like reconsidering or?
I don't know. It's like, I think they're definitely going to do it. They don't want a backlash of like flip-flopping.
Yeah.
But if it opens again in February, they're not going to touch it during summer.
Yeah.
So maybe it's going to be one more year. Maybe they're working on animatronics and everything outside and they still need some more time. And then for next winter break, they'll close it down and they'll do it. But I think we still have a little more time to experience Splash Mountain. But Princess and the Frog, you know, we are getting that ride. I would love to see a restaurant. Tiana's Palace would be.
Yeah.
Is it Tiana's Place or Palace?
Place. It's Tiana's Place.
Tiana's Place would be incredible.
I agree. I think that would be so perfect and so fitting in New Orleans Square to take one of those restaurants and just theme it around Tiana because it just makes sense.
It just fits. Yeah.
It's like if her ride's gonna be there and she's from New Orleans, like it's just meant to be.
It would be awesome.
At some point, I think that would be so cool.
Some of that gumbo. Oof.
Yeah, and those beignets.
Oh yeah, that man catching beignets. I love that. Oh my gosh, so good.
That's a great movie.
Ooh, you get the next one.
So next we're gonna talk about is Tangled. I in my mind was thinking when we talked about this, like, well, Fantasy Fair is kind of like themed around Tangled, which I guess it kind of is, but there's some additional fairy tale stories.
They just kind of like managed to get a few different fairy tales in there.
Yeah.
Know? And there is the little tower, and then there's like Flynn Rider's nose poster.
Yeah. And like Maurice's treats would be like Maurice. Yeah. So it is, I guess, kind of scattered. I just always, for some reason, associated it as kind of a Tangled area, but I guess it's really not. So aside from that, it's just the meet and greet, pretty much.
Yeah, and in Disney World, you get the most beautiful bathrooms in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just put Tangled to bathrooms, and that's it.
Yeah, which I feel like is kind of lame. Like, they could do a lot more with Rapunzel. Like, she's an icon as well. So I think having like a boat ride would be so beautiful, to have like something with all the lanterns above you, and like I don't know if it would be kind of like Pirates-esque, or like how the style would be.
I like the Frozen idea too.
Yeah.
Or you know what I actually like about, or what I could actually see? It's either Frozen or the Navi River Journey. Something that's very calm, not too crazy, that kids could go on and enjoy. So it's just kind of, you're seeing like show scenes, but maybe like during that lantern scene, it opens up a little bit more, and you get to see like nice, environmental projections of those lanterns like going up. Would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be beautiful and like so peaceful. I feel like that would be such a good ride for them to add. And I don't know if that would be in Fantasyland. I guess that would be the most fitting. Or I think that really is the only place that would make sense.
Yeah, I think a lot of people really love Tangled, and I think Frozen kind of overshadowed Tangled. And we still love Frozen as well, but I think there is a large portion of people that just have a very special place in their heart for Tangled. And I think it would be really cool to see. And I feel like Navi River Journey, I could be wrong, but I just feel like it's not that big. Like it's not that big of a track, but something kind of small and short like that.
Honestly, like we went on it, but for some reason the memory is just kind of hazy for me, because I guess it's just not the most memorable ride.
Yeah.
I really love
short too. It's like
it's beautiful. I feel like I enjoyed it more than I feel like the reviews I had heard about it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a nice, just kind of relaxing ride, and it was really pretty. And obviously that animatronic is just insane. But it was okay. But I think that type of
that length,
ride,
but more, because there wasn't really a story with Navi River Journey. There was a lot of just things happening around you kind of thing until the end. So that kind of length, but things happening. So it feels more like a lengthier story. It would be cool.
I agree. I think so too.
Next up, kind of around that same topic,
we were just talking
Frozen. There is the ride at Walt Disney World, but we would love to see it at Disneyland. There's not really. We do have the Frozen show in California Adventure, which took over the Aladdin show,
but hasn't been there for a while.
Hasn't been, due to COVID reasons.
Yeah.
So obviously kids love Frozen. I think Frozen is a movie and will be a movie that just kids absolutely love, because kids way back in the day when it first came out loved it. Our son, who's far removed from the time that came out, loves Olaf. There's just something that they did to that movie where kids just love it. I don't know how
they did it. Yeah, there's just something to that movie and the songs and the characters that kids just gravitate to. It's crazy. I don't know what they did. Because I get it. I mean, I like it too, and I like the characters, but I always felt like Tangled was a better movie overall. But I get that Frozen is just the thing for kids now, and that it's going to be one that they look back on like, that was my movie, like that was my favorite as a kid. So
if they ever expanded Fantasyland, I would be all for them doing a Tangled ride there, because I mean, the kids would just love going to that, and adults too. But to bring Frozen to Fantasyland and Disneyland, I think that'd be a very smart move.
And I think that the way that they did it in Epcot was pretty perfect. Like, I love the way they did that ride. It was so fun. Like, it was perfect for that movie. It was like It wasn't a dark ride. It was a little more exciting than that. It was
Yeah.
kind of very like Pirates feeling.
Yeah. Oh, it had the backwards little drop. And
Yeah.
then
It was
down
so
again.
fun.
It
So
was
even
really
if they
good.
just had that same ride here, I think that
I'd
would be
all for
great.
that, yeah. So the next one, still on Disney Princesses, Moana. We love
Yes,
Moana.
please.
It's just honestly the
It
best.
is the best.
The
And there is
music, the
so
scenery,
much lacking in the parks for Moana. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why they haven't added more because she is so great.
Man, Moana was like 2016.
Oh my gosh, you are kidding me.
I could be. Yep, 2016.
How is it? Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm
You're
very
too
passionate
shocked.
about
You're
this.
like, "Ah."
I don't know how it's been out that long.
It's been out that long, so that's 6 years.
6 years
6
since
years, and they
Moana
haven't
came
really done
out.
too much with it. Now we are getting something in Epcot. There's something called Journey of Water, but I don't think it's enough for Moana.
It
It's
sounds
gonna be like
cool,
a
but
walkthrough.
not very like Moana themed.
Yeah, it's so right now it's gonna be like cool different water displays, maybe like lights behind the water. So maybe kind of like maybe at night, maybe you get kind of like a world of color. I mean, not that grand, but just like beautiful
Just, like,
colors
lights in
like
the
that.
water. Yeah.
That you could walk through, and maybe there's a meet and greet at the end, which is cool. But I do think that Moana deserves more.
I agree.
Now, we keep talking about water rides, but honestly, I think water rides are so incredible.
They
but
are.
imagine like
They're the best.
that a thrilling water ride like a Pirates, where there are a lot of drops, while you're facing the Kakamora. Is that what it's called?
The what? You
The
mean
little coconut
coconuts?
guys. Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's not this
You're
called.
probably right.
But like those things, and then like I don't know. I feel like and then when you're facing Taka,
yeah.
oh my gosh! Imagine a huge animatronic Taka while you're
That
like.
would be terrifying.
Oh yeah, I would be freaking.
She's
scary. That's actually
just
really
in
scary.
the movie. Like
Seeing
that
a
part has always
huge
freaked me
animatronic.
out.
Oh, that'd be so scary.
to see an animatronic of that. Would
Oh my gosh! What
definitely
like
freak me
a
out.
a Shanghai Pirates version.
Woo!
Okay, that'd be crazy. I don't
would be
foresee them
nuts.
doing that, but
I don't
a
either.
little bit more representation of Moana would be great because I mean, everyone loves Moana.
Yeah. How do you
Everyone does.
not? Like I don't know how anyone could not love Moana, the songs and just the Polynesian
Well, the whole story
like,
of her
spirit.
chasing her dreams of becoming like was it called seafarer, wayfarer, whatever.
Wayfarer.
And because of that
Wayfinder.
pull to the Wayfinder, that pull to explore the sea, that's what saved her village.
Yeah.
And people thought she was crazy, and she did the one thing that she always wanted to do. She went out on this voyage and saved her island because of it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. I really, really wish that there would be some more Moana in the park. Seriously.
That'd be so awesome.
Like I don't know where would be fitting for them to put a Moana ride. And especially in Disneyland, I keep coming back to it. There's just
no space.
not space to expand. But I somehow, if the world was right, would see some more Moana.
We'll do an Epcot expansion, Polynesian pavilion.
I love that. I love that.
Let's do it right
I
there. And we're
highly
good.
agree.
Right along the seas or something.
That would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, so
do
next
it.
and semi last on the list, we have Coco. Another one that is just nowhere
Crazy.
in the parks. It's so weird to me because I love Coco so much, and I know so many other people do as well.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that is Coco themed in either.
They do like a Dia de Muertos thing in California Adventure, where he comes out and sings, and there's like these little skeletons playing the guitar.
Oh
and stuff
yeah,
like
I
that.
guess I have seen that.
Around the pier, Pixar Pier.
That's cute, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess
Nothing
we
else,
just
really.
Yeah, we need a ride. And I think that Paradise Pier or somewhere Pixar Pier.
That works.
Obviously, because it's Pixar, would be the perfect place to put something Coco related. Don't know where, but it's Pixar. He belongs there. Why is he not there already? I don't know. But that would be the perfect area. And then in Epcot, I've always thought that in the Mexico Pavilion, where they have a Three Caballeros ride, it's kind of just a little boat ride where you float through and kind of watch scenes from it, which is really cute. I liked it, but it would just be the most perfect for Coco.
It would. Oh my gosh.
It's like made to be there.
The Mexico Pavilion is so cool. It's like the Blue Bayou of Epcot.
Totally. Yeah, because you can see like in like where the restaurant is and just that whole inside area. You
the
can
whole
see
inside
it from
area
the ride.
like transports you to like a nighttime market in Mexico.
Yeah.
And it's done so well. You see the stars, I believe, on the sky, and then that huge like pyramid,
it's
right?
So beautiful.
And yeah, I think even though that ride is pretty short, and I think Coco does deserve an even longer ride, but hey, I would take that ride for sure.
If they could fit something in there, I think it would be so perfect.
Maybe even just, rather than, I feel like a lot of dark rides go through the entire movie. Maybe don't do an entire movie. Just do
some of the pivotal
day on
scenes.
Dia de Muertos. It doesn't even have to be the movie. It could just be like a celebration of Dia de Muertos, where everyone kind of is coming into the town.
Or something.
And so you get to see, Hector, Imelda, and Coco, and everyone's kind of there playing and happy and stuff like that.
Really
That'd be cool because it's just like, rather than the full movie, since they don't have a lot to work with, it's a celebration and you see everyone. Maybe you do get to see, the land of the dead as well. As what it's called.
Because it's so beautiful.
You start there and then you travel with Hector and everything over the bridge, and then you do the celebration. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
So fun. If they could fit that in there, that would be such a good idea.
I know.
I would love to see that.
So amazing. So the last one, this is going to be, we talked about all the Disney animated movies. This is going to be a live action movie, kind of live action, that I think that they do need to bring in. This was rumored for a little bit. And I think it'd be amazing if they could do this, just because I think it is on par. Well, and it's one of the best Disney movies I've ever seen. And so I think it does deserve a place in a Disney park. Mary Poppins, a ride in the UK Pavilion would be amazing. We just watched Mary Poppins Returns actually the other night, which we really loved. But I think to make a Cherry Tree Lane and like a ride that starts around there,
it would be so perfect.
And after, it's been a while since we've been to Disney World. We went there in 2018. But, I'm trying to remember how big the UK Pavilion size is. I don't think it's that big, but if there was any way that they could put Mary Poppins attraction in there, that'd be great. Just because, we do get to see them in some meet and greets. We do get to see them, around the park. But I think it does deserve so much more.
It's so important to all of our childhoods.
Yeah.
And Walt obviously loved it and put so much time and effort into creating that movie, and he loved the songs from it. It really, really needs more of a place in the parks.
For sure. I mean, I think if you go through the ride and you hear Feed the Birds and you hear all the other amazing music in that movie and see those amazing scenes, I think whenever I watch Mary Poppins, I think of Walt. Like, he put so much effort into convincing P.L. Travers to give him the rights so that he can make this movie. And there is so much of Walt in that movie. So seeing that in an attraction, I think that's a great way to kind of have that, Walt essence in a ride. And I think that'd be amazing. I totally agree.
There's not enough of her.
For sure. But that is pretty much it with our list. But we would love to hear what you guys think. What movies really need some more representation in the parks? And if you have thought about a ride, let us know what that would look like. We are so excited to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining our podcast. If you have time, if you could leave a review or a rating on Apple Podcasts, that really helps out our show a lot. But we are just so glad that you are joining us. And we would love to start a conversation about any and all Disney topics. But we will see you guys next week. We have some more fun topics coming up. And we have that amazing snack that you're going to make that I'm so excited to eat because I was looking forward to it tonight.
I know, I was too. We did make one similar to this once before, but this is a different take on it.
Yeah,
so
but you can still find it in the parks.
Yes,
yeah.
you can find it in the parks. We've had it before and it's really good. So I'm very excited to make it. Tune in next week to find out what that one is going to be. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys on social media and we'll see you next week for another episode.
Yeah. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.